What is up, YouTube? So I am making a quick video about Seven Peaks Fence and Barn. It's a fencing system for your ranch that I actually recently, or not so recently anymore, that I installed on my property. It is an awesome system, and I wanted to run through a few things that made me choose Seven Peaks over other fencing options. And maybe you guys ran into the same issues that I ran into, so maybe you would come to the same conclusion as me. Again, this video is just for your information to make better informed decisions on what fencing you want, what stall kits you want, what cattle working systems you want, stuff like that, where it can get very pricey, especially if you're going with like the oil pipe fence and you're having people come out and actually fabricate it on site, or if you're wanting to go an alternative route where you're going to have something that's maybe pretty crappy made, powder coated, and then rusts out in about 2-3 years. This Seven Peaks is an awesome company backed by awesome people. And after having it on my property for some time now, I absolutely love it. I haven't had a single problem with it. As a matter of fact, as time goes on, I realize how versatile it is, and I like it even more the more I use it. And this is also, I wanted to say, this is also coming from someone who installed it. I did this install. Let me see if I can show you guys here. I did an install myself, and it was a super DIY install. It saved me tons of money in comparison to doing regular oil pipe fence or even doing any other type of panel. Very comparable to your cheaper panel prices, but you're getting a much higher gauge metal. You're getting it actually fabricated in the United States, and they stand behind their product. We have a horse in there right now, Theo, and he is consistently stepping on the panels, kicking them. He's just active all the time, not in a bad way, but just he's being a horse, and these panels have not bent, bowed, leaned, or anything like that. As well as you can see here up on in the picture that's up on the screen, we have the shade kit. So we have two 20x20 stall kits with shade kit. You can see the metal covering over there that covers 10 foot by 20 foot of the 20x20 stall. And we had, what, 50 something mile an hour winds. I'm pretty sure we got pretty much up to 60 mile an hour winds. And this thing didn't go anywhere. It didn't shake. It didn't move. It didn't have any problems. It's just it's a solid system. And I want to show you, I'm gonna go to their website real quick and show you guys kind of the reason why I chose to go with Seven Peaks over the alternative. This is their website. Okay, so right at the beginning, you can get a free estimate, which is cool and all, but a lot of us want to go and see what the price is. One thing that frustrates me the most about a lot of these companies, where I'm trying to get a budget together, right? Especially if you're trying to build out a ranch, if you're on a budget, if you're trying to figure out what you can do, the last thing you want to do is end up on the phone for 5 hours calling a bunch of different companies, telling them your entire project, and then trying to decipher what the price is actually going to be. And then every time you do that, they're going to try to sell you and sell you and sell you. So me personally, it's just an uncomfortable thing to do, is to call 12 fence companies to try and get a price for a project, when I would rather just see a ballpark price and know if it's even in my budget and possible. So right here on their homepage, you can scroll down and you can see all the kits they have. So they have accessories, they have kits and packages, which we're going to dive into. They have panels and gates, and they have the continuous fence. So this continuous fence here on the side here is a fencing that you can do for perimeter fencing. You can do it for arena fencing, and you basically connect these panels together, and it creates a continuous cohesive fence. So it can be molded into whatever shape, whatever, topography you have on your land. But since I am well versed in the kits, you guys know I don't talk about anything unless I've used it, touched it, put it through the test. I'm going to talk about what I do know, and that is their kits and packages. So you go ahead and click learn more, and this is where it gets exciting. So I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to choose stall kits, because that's what I have. And boom, here it is. Here's the price. It's that simple. So right off the bat, can I afford it? Yes, no, maybe so. Hey, I need to start saving. I need to put this budget together because I need a 10x20 or a 20x20 or whatever it is. What ballpark price you're looking at. So for me, I did the 20x20 stall here, which is on the side, and you can see you have a standard 4-rail 20x20, $871. Boom. So exactly what the prices are going to be. You don't have to try and call them, get them on the phone, tell them what size you need, tell them what you want. This is, I would have to say, one of the biggest reasons I dove deeper into Seven Peaks Fence and Barn is because I knew right off the bat, hey, these are the prices. Okay, now I can customize it. I can do the shade kit. I can do all the other stuff, and I can come up with a budget without having to call somebody. So I can sit down, talk to my wife, and say, hey, here's what this costs. How are we going to do this? Is this worth it? The cost that it's going to cost to actually build the fence from scratch is going to be this. So we're saving, $4,000, and we're going to have to do some more labor on our own. But is this price going to make sense? So that was a huge thing for us, as well as just having the options. So you can do the 4-rail, 5-rail, and then they even have the goat and sheep pins and other stuff. So that was a huge aspect. And you can see here with the 20x20, you have the checklist right above it, 7 panels of your choice, 1 panel, which is going to be the gate combo. So it's a half panel, half gate. And then you're going to have the 16 panel clamps, which is the 2 panel clamps to clamp each panel together. And then you have the goat and sheep stuff comes with something a little bit different. This is made out of bare metal, and it is welded together by hand, and the welds are solid. I think I have an image up here somewhere. Let me see if I can put it up of the well, that's one of the panels there. That's the shade kit that I got there. There's a picture of me standing in front of that. Let's see if I can see one with the welds on it. It comes with instructions. So when I open the box, this is the kit basically, and you can see there it says 20x20 stall with shade kit. It had a checklist of all the instructions on how to install it myself, and they also have a video on how to install it. I made a video on how to install it, so the resources are there to actually make it very easy for you to install it yourself. So positives are, 1, the price or whereabouts you're going to land on price. 2, they give you tons of curriculum and videos and information, and you can even call them if you have some questions while you're installing it. So you have tons of resources when it comes to installing it. And then you can see here, I installed it myself with a couple ladders. It was quite simple. And here's the gate. The gates are high quality gates. They can actually be greased, so you're not going to have a squeaky gate. You're not going to have a saggy gate. It's honestly a really awesome setup. You can see here the round pin is right next to the 7 Peaks Fence and Barn stall kit, so you can see that white roof there in the front side of the on the front side of the storage container. That's what it looks like from an aerial view, and it looks great. It looks awesome, and it looks substantial. The other aspect of it is that it is very substantial, but if you were to change your plans down the road and you're like, hey, I don't want the stalls here. We're deciding to build a barn. In my case, we're going to build a barn eventually. And if I want to move these stall kits, I have a couple posts that are sunk into the ground, but they're clamped with bolt clamps. And if I want to unclamp those, I can stack these panels back up, move them over to wherever my other build site is, and set them right back up with little to no waste when it comes to leaving things in the ground and all that other stuff. So it is an awesome, versatile system. I would say it's a no-brainer for anyone who's starting a ranch. Maybe you're not sure of the layout because you have the versatility, and you're probably on a budget, because when you're doing hundreds and hundreds of feet of fence, it's insanely costly. But that right there is just an overall idea of what Seven Peaks does. And down here you can see the other kits that they have, and I'll kind of scroll to the bottom. There's just tons and tons of options from Seven Peaks to build out your ranch. And you can see here they got the video information, but I wanted to send you over here. So they have these round pins, which are awesome. So the round pins are, 40 foot, 50 foot, 60 foot, but their heights are awesome. So there's 6-rail heavy duty 60-foot round pin is awesome. Especially I've seen some videos and heard from some people that do, I think it's colt starting, and they love it because the rails are high, but they're also durable. So if you're leaning into it, if you're sitting on it, if you're, banging into it, they're not going to move on you. They're not going to slide. They're not going to do all this other, trash that you don't want your round pin to do, especially if you're working with, green horses that maybe aren't, so respectful of their boundaries. So that's an awesome aspect to Seven Peaks Fence and Barn. And that's just the pins, right? So when you go here, you can go to continuous fencing, and you're going to get a whole layout of what the fencing is. You're going to see here, you're going to get a cost per panel. Everything's spelled out for you for exactly what you're going to get. You know exactly what it's going to look like, what the price per panel is going to be. You're going to choose your posts. It's so well thought out that it makes it so simple for you to order, get it delivered, and install it yourself, while saving thousands of dollars from either hiring someone fabricating it, or even going through, something like Tuskys or another company that's going to have an upcharge on you. You're going to get a lot lower gauge metal. You're going to get shoddy welds. This company does a really good job at creating quality welds. And if you have any problem with your welds and you see a panel that just happened to make it through, it's not done properly, it's bent, or the weld's not right, they're going to have no questions when you say, hey, this isn't looking good. Can I get a different panel? They're going to take care of you. No questions asked. So overall, I just wanted to give people a quick little kind of rundown of Seven Peaks, why I chose Seven Peaks, why I would recommend Seven Peaks to a lot of other people, just because one, I use it. I love it. I have my horses in it right now. I'm going to be using more of it when I build the barn. We're going to do runs. But overall, I just wanted to make a video to speak to the quality, speak to the customer service, speak to the install. I'll put the link above my head somewhere if you guys want to click on it to watch my install video. I did a start to finish install video. I think it's like 13 minutes long or something, of me going from unstacking the panels, setting the panels up, connecting the panels, installing the shade kit, and putting the horse in there. It's an awesome, awesome system. If you guys have any questions, if you use Seven Peaks, let me know how you like it in the comments below. If you haven't used it, let me know if you have any other questions that I haven't answered for you. Sorry, I keep looking up at my other screen. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick video on that. So I appreciate you guys. Make sure to subscribe, like this video. And if you want to see more videos like this, just let me know. I appreciate y'all.